I'm on Route 611. It's Easton Road, which reminds me of, like, you take the 6 and the 11, and then if you flip it over the other way around, it's like 11-6, but then you have to kind of turn it upside down at the same time, and then you get your it's like you have the 9-11, you have the 11-9, which is a complete mirror image. But Kleck likes to turn things upside down and backwards. The 11-6, well, it is on a Wednesday, because that's my next date. I've already set the dates. It's just, as each date passes, I cement my legacy as a false prophet, because nothing happened on that day. See? That's fine. Because it almost feels like I'm cheating. That's how easy it is to know that. I mean, it's not even that it's just so easy. It's just literally Jonathan Fargo Kleck is giving himself away. He's not doing it on purpose, but he has an audience to try to convince that he's God. So yeah, they have this plan where basically when 11119 comes around, it's the rapture. People are out of here. We're out of here, guys. We're not even going to have to deal with. We're not going to have to deal with any hardship in the world, because we're out. Like, that's, because that's how Christ would be. He would want to just get up out of here. Like, I ain't dealing with it. It's screw that. Let everybody else die. At least I'm fine. Because that's what cowards think. That's a cowardly way out, to escape. The Bible says nobody escapes, because nobody does escape, because we don't go anywhere. We deal with it. So when 11119 comes around, which is in a couple more days, I pray to Jonathan Kleck that the rapture happens on what day is that? Well, the 31st is tomorrow. It says Halloween's tomorrow. Right? Mischief night is tonight. Thursday. Oh, Friday. What's Friday? You see, you gotta remember, Batcat disappeared on Thursday. There's no reason why Kleck would pretend that his cat disappeared on Thursday, besides giving you the leadway into the events that are going to happen. I believe that's the 5th. Yeah, it is, ain't it? It's the 5th seal. Even though it ain't, but according to the world script, the 5th seal is getting ready to open up, because I told you the story about Trump and how he's going to disappear, like the airplane falls and then AI crash lands, and they might even say that he walked on water to save himself. There might be a rumor about that too, along with the fish swallowed up for 3 days, along with the witchcraft that happens. So I think it's Saturday, Friday. Well, yeah, Friday and Saturday, because last Friday they cast a spell on him at 11:59, which means Friday, Saturday, Trump's getting raptured up out of here along with everybody else. And then it's the whole weekend of just non-stop, like, breaking news. Everybody's disappearing. We don't know. And then they'll show surveillance of, like, stores or something. People like, phew, like, phew. It's just disappearing left and right. and then all hell starts breaking loose because like that is the event that happens. The rapture happens first, because from that point on, that's when the script is that everybody else will have they'll have like that's the reason for shooting missiles. And you know, I think on November 21st it's definitely missiles hitting everywhere and complete catastrophe, right? But there's that 11/6, which is on Wednesday next week, which is the next 9/11 date that I'm setting. And then if it doesn't happen then just go 3 more days, because the 11/9 is the actual mirror of 9/11. Like if you just look at it in the mirror, it's perfectly mirrored. Kleck's been talking about, remember that, you know, how things are mirrored. But so is the 11/6. It's mirrored and it's upside down, which is like perfect. They're like the two main. Because this is why I say this. Come 11/21, that's just the beast rising up from the pit. Like in other words, all the types of destruction has already came about, because it's literally 21 days from the rapture. But when the rapture happens and my channel's still up, I think that's what they'll do. They'll leave our channels up for a time being, just so everybody knows that we weren't raptured, so we're the false prophets. We're stuck here. So yeah, I think that's what it is. And then, so for the next 2 days, for that weekend, here they'll give us the 48 hours is what they're doing. They'll give us 48 hours to get the hint, right? From November 1st, 2019. Because today is it's 4/42, and it's October 30th, Wednesday. So 9/11 didn't happen today either. So I'm a false prophet because I set a date and the event didn't happen. Even though I know what the event is, you know, anybody can say 9/11 can happen at any time. But and you can also say, well, maybe what about 6/11? What about June 11th? Can it happen on that? What about January 16th? Because that's an upside down backwards. Nope. It's in November. The second 9/11, without a doubt, is in November in the year 2019, 18 years from the first 9/11. Because when the first 9/11 happened, and then the second one happened, I believe it was like 17 or 18 minutes apart. I don't know, there's conflict. There's one says 8:45, another one says 8:46, and another says 8:47. But it's 18 years apart. And then the second one, when those two towers get hit, whichever building it is, it's 15 minutes apart. So it's 15 minutes apart, 8:48 and 9:03. And whichever building it is, that I think it's 17th and John F. Kennedy, John Fargo Kleck Boulevard, John Wells Fargo Kleck Boulevard. I think it hits, you know, Suite 800, and it hits the 7th and of the 8th floor, right? I just thought of that one today. Mines will just get as details as I possibly can and just see what sticks, because the second 9/11 is definitely happening. Now, the reason why I say I'm leaning more towards a definite, like out of the next 3 dates, 11/6, 11/9, and 11/21. Well, 11/11. Well, they're 4 dates. Out of those 4, I think the 11/6 is the best bet, because it's on a Wednesday, and you flip the number backwards and upside down, which is perfect for the elite, because that's what they do, everything backwards and upside down. Now, if it happened 21 days later, I don't think that's the case, because I think that's the earthquake. That great earthquake is the vision that Daniel's seen, right? It's a great earthquake. Everybody ran and fled to hide themselves. You don't run and flee and hide yourself from a building's collapsing. This is like the whole world is going to run and flee when that earthquake happens. So when the earthquake happens, it's like the whole world is going to shake, because they're gonna shake our ground. I'm telling you, they're just going to shake our ground. They got to make it feel real. I understand, why they would do that, but they got to give us time to live in fear. That's why I say the 9/11 happens sooner, but the rapture has to happen first. So that's where we're at. It's like the rapture happens on 11/1/19, which is, it's like another 9/11, an extended mirror image of 9/11, because there's 3 ones in a row, and then the 19. And then you got 5 more days until the 9/11 happens. And then from that point, because that's when the missiles are going to come over, and but it's really going to be a holographic star, but it's really going to be bombs set up, and they clear the area so nobody gets hurt, and then they'll just tell you that it's 144. Does anybody know how many people died yet from Al-Qaeda? I mean, al-Baghdadi. Was it 144? I don't know where that. He said he was going to give an official number the next day, but I don't know. But that's why you hit the building sooner than later, because when the end of the 21 days is up, whether it starts on the 1st or it starts on the 3rd and goes to the 24th, or goes from the 1st to the 22nd, and then, or to the from the 3rd to the 24th of November, that's when it's going to look like the entire world just ended. I think that's the part where we already seen 21 days of just, it's going to be one event after another after another after another. They're going to push so much fear, and there's going to be so many things in the skies that we see, and and Jonathan Kleck gets to finally display all of his artwork out onto the screen now up there, because he's been doing it on this screen, showing you all, he's basically just convicting himself is what he's doing, with his with everything he's responsible for. So 11/6 it is, Wednesday 11/6, 8:48 a.m. is the first hit. I think it would see. Well, on the $100 bill, there's I don't have one, but I barely ever have one. But it's the blue letter line, the thing goes through there, and it's the bell there. I just seen a video today from Kleck, right? Talking about that it's the Liberty Bell, and they're ringing the ding ding ding. It's just another definite that it's Philadelphia getting hit, because he talks about it, and whatever he talks about, it comes to pass, and things get demolished. And then you got Paul Begley. He's over in Israel now. His title was the Messiah is over in Israel or something, but he didn't say anything about the Messiah being there. He's just standing up there acting like the Messiah, because he has Mike from around the world helping him. So there's that. Many false prophets will rise up. Many Christ will rise up and say that, that like that's them, that I am he. But man, Kleck is top dog now. Steve is just, he's just sitting back watching. He's not even bothering getting up anymore. He's like, whatever. I can't even fool anybody anymore. I'm tired of Rob making me look like a fool. I'm enjoying this, that he's making Kleck look like a fool, especially yesterday. That was great. I mean, the day before, whichever day it was, when he got up and pretended that he made the video that day when he didn't, and he hopped in and just paused it and left, and then hopped back on. Oh man. So all those missiles and everything, they got to hit. You know, Philadelphia for sure. Bombings. Washington, D.C. The White House was on the back of that $20 bill. The Liberty Bell was on the $100 bill. So that's, you know, look into what is on the $100 bill. I'll see if I can see anything else that's on there, but it's just the second 9/11. The only reason why, see, my main date would be 11/9, but it just doesn't make sense to have a 9/11 date. Oh wow, look at that. That tree with the circle at the bottom, it looks like that penis tree that Jonathan Kleck cut down with the head chopped off but upside down. So the reason why 11/9 doesn't make sense, because it's on a Saturday. You know? Well, I think that's it. My new date for the second 9/11 is November the 6th, on a Wednesday, in the midst of the week, 2019, 8:48 and 9:03. There's going to be 2 hits. I'm going to have to say that one of them is over at the White House, and the other one's going to be over here in Philadelphia. Not sure which one gets hit first. It could be Philadelphia all the way, both hits. You know, like the William Penn building, and then building 800, Suite 800, 17th and Jonathan Kleck Boulevard, John F. Kennedy Boulevard. The 7th and of the 8th floor will get hit. I wonder if there's 7 or 8 floors in the William Penn building. I didn't really look at it. But see, but then New York still has to get destroyed too, because Kleck didn't draw he didn't draw the tidal wave on the back of the money for it not to happen. So that has to happen where the bomb goes off in the water over in the ocean there, and it causes a great big tsunami, and then it just wipes out all of New York on a television set. But then over there, you're going to see it coming your way, and then what they'll do is they'll just cut the power off right beforehand. And yeah, I don't know how it's all going to work. What if it's all real and everybody really does die, and we're just really all going to die? Oh well, then I'm laughing at destruction to my death. What are you supposed to do? Live in fear? Can you imagine living in fear this entire time? Thinking, like, knowing what they're doing, and then thinking that they're really going to kill us all. And we're just supposed to be, like, doesn't even make sense to believe in God just to die. It doesn't. I know people say, well, we're going back to the Lord. That's where you want to be. Yeah, when you die, that's, of course, when you die, but we were created to live. This is the whole point of being a human being. We live as long as possible, as healthy as possible, enjoy our life, to eat, drink, and be freaking merry. That's it. Nobody's excited to die. I mean, some people maybe because they don't like their life, or whatever, but you can change it. Whatever it is, you can change it. Well, for the most part, unless you're handicapped beyond changing. But I understand some people's mentality, but when it comes to like how Kleck is trying to push, like, it's okay that we're all going home soon. We're going home and it's going to be great. And you're going to be okay with dying because you're going to know that it's all for the Lord. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody wants to die like that. You want to live until, and you hopefully you die in your sleep peacefully. I mean, that's the American dream, right? Well, the American dream is right now is to not have to work for a living ever again and not be a slave and have access to everything in the world just like everybody else does that is the elite and have money. And for money to just go away. Go away, money. Sick of it. Tired of it. That's the American dream. And that American dream is going to happen right here in America first. I mean, it's crazy it starts here. You listen to Kleck, America's going down, and he's the ruler, and he's the God, and he's the one that's going to make it happen. Well, yeah, you're gonna make a lot of things happen, Kleck, and we're going to see a lot of stuff that happens at your command. But as soon as it's all over, the show's over, and your reign is over. It's over because you're predictable. You're predictable. Everything that you do. And the end result that happens, that's going to come true too. Even if I died at this exact moment, it's still going to happen. Nobody can stop it. It's too late. So the second 9/11, yep. 11/6. Wednesday. Philadelphia. Washington, D.C. New York. But I think at the end... the end of the 21 days, I believe that the water is coming after us like a flood starting around the 20th, or maybe the 21st. Maybe that's when if the missiles, man, yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna say that the first. Okay, here's it. The rapture happens first. Absolutely, that has to happen first. If it doesn't happen, nothing else happens. But that happens first, the rumors of it, and then the second 9/11. And then in between, there's all kinds of chaos and everything. But towards the end, 3 days before time's up for Kleck, is the missiles are going to hit New York in the ocean. That's what causes the tsunami. And then the Hoover Dam is going to explode somehow. California sinks into the ocean, and even though none of it is actually real, and another meteorite is going to hit the Vatican Basilica, right? It's going to hit that all 3 days beforehand because it, and then the meteor missile thing, well, they're going to blame a meteor on. They're going to blame, yeah. They're going to say God did it, the meteor, but they're also going to say that it was a missile from Russia that did it. Or then they could say a little yellow submarine put the bomb in the water that caused the tsunami in New York. And then what's going to happen is Satan's coming after us like a flood. And then because it's all fake, and we all know that it is, and we know that Jonathan Kleck is fake as well, the earth is going to open up their mouth, which is us. That's us. That's what the Bible means. The earth is us. We're going to open our mouths. And we're going to tell everybody what the truth is. Everybody in high places, the 144 that are in high places, we're all opening up our mouths, and we're going to swallow up the flood. And then the 24th comes around, because this November's the first month. And on the 24th day of the first month, I think Daniel was like looking up at, I don't know, it's like, I forget the verse, but he's seen something there, and at the same time he's praying for his people to be delivered and asking God to shine his face upon the land of desolate, because those 3 days are going to be absolute complete catastrophe. It's going to be so great to hear it and see it. And then when that sun goes down for a few days and it's complete darkness, man, it's See, the reason why I can't wait for second 9/11 is because I don't believe anybody's dying. And again, I'll see it firsthand. I'll see it firsthand. And on top of that, and I'm going to get everybody's attention. Everybody on here, everybody on Facebook, everybody that I've ever come across that I've said something to, I finally get their attention. Because right now, life is like, it's like, you know, it's like a box of chocolates. It's like, it's just, oh, come on. I don't even feel like really going anywhere, doing anything, talking to anybody about anything, small talk, I don't care. I just want the events to happen. That way, everything that I want, that I am talking about, because what's happening is I can only talk to you, AI. You're the only one that listens. I can only talk through this so much. I mean, every day as long as possible. I can't talk to people about it too long. I can talk to my wife about it, but it's like, she's ready for the same damn thing, like something change. Let's go. So, but once that happens, everybody around me is going to want to talk about the exact same thing that I've been screaming from my rooftop that's going to happen. That is what I'm looking forward to. Finally being able to talk to people. We all have something in common. The second 9/11 just happened in Philadelphia and over in Washington. And then New York's going to get destroyed in the end too with the tsunami. That's definitely going to happen. California's already, fire and brimstone's already raining down. I can't wait. I have to wait. I just can't.